My blissful gorgeous selves, this is the part 3 of Hey Doctor, What is Health? Dr. Jonathan and Dr. Pulin Bihari are heading towards the shrine of a holy man, and on the way they are talking about. How about an electric shock? Dr. Pulin Bihari asked. He was asking if by certain surgery or injection or pills we can make tensionless, problemless, anger-free and even anxiety-free. We can create a drug which will wipe out all desires of the mind. Then will it be then called a healthy mind? Dr. Jonathan said, no, I don't think so. He will not be a social man then. He would be just like a robot. We can call him dull, like groggy or machine or impotent, but not healthy-minded. Whatever tendency, attitudes, impulse nature has provided to mankind are not meaningless. Each gift of nature has its purpose, and therefore we cannot cut off their roots. They will still remain in their blunt and inactive state. So, we have to find the solution in the most cultured and creative way. Dr. Jonathan paused for a moment. But we are at present researchers, seekers, wandering in the dense, dark jungle without aim. Dr. Jonathan was tired and seemed to be discouraged. He said again, you know, doctor, there was a time, as you say in the history, in the Vedic history, in pure Indian history, the India was a lighthouse of knowledge, complete in all its dimensions. It guided the destiny of mental evolution of all countries. It did it all the way for thousands of years. Now again we, the sons of highest civilization of this time, are stumbling in the midst of problems and contradictions. We have questions, tormenting questions, and we seek answers, a solid solution, and we hope India will fulfill it again as it has done before. And the wisdom of India is concentrated nowadays not in the universities, not with the degree holders, not even in the libraries, not even with the religionists and the priests, but it is hidden under the blanket of sages and yogis and paramahansas. Let us ask this question to Swami Sadashivendra Saraswati Maharaj. My dear friends, from a distance when they saw the scenic beauty of the ashram, their mind became very peaceful. They even thrilled. They saw a small little artistic cottage made of grass and leaves in the bank of river Ganga. The creepers had covered the cottage from all sides. 2 banana trees were planted at the gate, and peacocks, parrots and other beautiful birds were roaming, singing and dancing. Nearby, a snow-white, peaceful-eyed holy cow was pasturing grass with its little cow. And just near the bank, under the banyan tree, here was him, Swami Sadashivendra, sitting cross-legged in the deerskin, on the deerskin, a spine straight in pyramidal pose. His eyes were constantly looking at the Ganga river and far beyond. His hairs were playing with the cool breeze coming from the Ganga waves. Dr. Jonathan had already learned how to visit a holy man. He stopped talking as soon as they reached the ashram door. They removed the shoes, went quietly to the holy man, offered a few flowers and fruits at his feet, which he had brought with him, and bowed down at his feet in full reverence. This is to become egoless. Only ego is the barrier in energy flow between holy man and layman. As much you are egoless or desireless, so much you are filled within. So much you are filled within just by sitting in his silent presence, my dear friends. But before all these could have done, Swami Sadashivendra looked at the doctor and asked in his booming voice, "Hey doctor, what is health?" Lo, the question which he has come to ask him, the Swami himself is asking him. After all, such question can be asked only to a doctor and none else. Dr. Jonathan had bent his head low, sitting in front of him on grass seats. Both doctors were surprised. Why is the Swami asking this question right to them? "Sir, we have come just to ask the same question to your holiness," requested Dr. Jonathan. "How do I know? How do I know this? You are the doctors, the greatest scholar of medical science, written many books, made many researches, appeared in various television programs. How can I get you an answer on your subject?" "Sir, please don't make us fools." Both doctors prayed. "Sir, look, I never give a ready-made answer. You have to find it yourself. I shall be only a catalytic agent," the Swami said, "and I have very short time. Understand it in a few minutes." "Tell me, when do you feel your head?" Swami asked. "Whenever there is trouble with it," Dr. Jonathan replied. "When you feel your tummy?" Swami asked again. "When it is upset, abnormal," was the reply. "Right," Swamiji said. "When there is a headache, you feel the head. When there is indigestion, you feel the stomach. When they are all right, you don't feel them. You remain weightless as a flying. The same way, when you don't feel a burden of existence of the body, then body should be taken as healthy." Swamiji answered very, very, very quietly. And when we don't feel the existence of the mind should be considered as healthy, Dr. Jonathan added intelligently. His face brightened a little as if he got some light. "That's right," Swami said. "When mind becomes devoid of thinkings of past and future, when it is weightless, then that is perfection of mental health." Swami confirmed doctor's understanding. But many times some kind of disease develops in the body and we are not aware of it. Being absorbed in our pleasure, we don't recognize, doctor questioned. "You just drop the idea of the body." The Swamis answered bewildered them. "If we drop the idea of the body, what is the meaning of health then?" The doctors wondered. "Because," Swami said, "the body has already become weightless toy in the hands of great energy of the perfect health. Then its trouble and sickness do not have any meaning, because then I can take my mind and put it somewhere else. Physical trouble and disease loses its meaning." Swami's answer made them think. Ignoring the pain and fixing the mind somewhere else is also a therapy. Apathy And since in this pathy body is left with itself divide a mind-body vicious circle, therefore correspondingly increasing degrees of pain and suffering between body and mind is not created. If mind is identified with the body, then whenever body is sick, mind feels uncomfortable and pain. With these negative thoughts, body is influenced more, then more pain arises. Then mind takes it more and body receives it more. Both feed each other into unhealthiness. Both make each other unhealthy more and more and more. The Swami continued. In this pathy, in which mind is taken away and fixed somewhere, like the picture of Shiva, and absorbed in some positive and creative state of feeling, like mystic trance, like samadhi, then body will be left independent and it has its own healing capacity. It heals. Body is really a great healer. People say time is a great healer, but in reality it is the body and mind which are healers. Dr. Jonathan had known this pathy already, but sir, this is not everywhere available to common men. Those who practice all the rules of health, Swami said, they fall sick with slightest attack of negative situation. And those whose body has become accustomed to endure all oppositions, when they fall sick, their cure becomes very difficult. Thus, there are two situations and you have to find a link between them. One is always conscious of disease that makes his body incapable of fighting with the disease. The other one is free from anxiety. But in this unawareness, body keeps absorbing poisons. If you want to know what is health, you have to come to a harmonious conclusion between them. Harmonious conclusion? Doctor wondered.